Globally, in 2023, there were an estimated 263 million malaria cases and 597,000 malaria deaths in 83 countries. Despite being preventable and treatable, this ancient killer remains a leading cause of death in some of the most vulnerable regions.
Today, we're diving into groundbreaking research that's making malaria detection faster, cheaper, and more accurate than ever before.
This isn't just another scientific breakthrough, it's a potential game changer for millions of people in the world's most vulnerable communities and how we fight this deadly disease in the world.
To understand the breakthrough, let's rewind. Malaria is caused by parasites from the Plasmodium family, with Plasmodium falciparum being responsible for most malaria deaths worldwide, as reported by the World Health Organization. Transmitted by infected female mosquitoes, the disease attacks red blood cells and can turn fatal if not diagnosed early. That is why catching the parasite before it spreads is everything. But here's the problem. Detecting malaria when parasite levels are low is incredibly hard. That's where existing tools start to break down. Malaria might sound like a disease from history books, but it's still very much a real and dangerous threat till today.
Now, here's the problem with the current testing methods.
While these tools are helpful, they are not perfect. They rely heavily on the human eye and skill, and results can vary depending on who's looking and what kind of tools they're using.
Rapid diagnostic tests, or RDTs, are widely used because they're quick and easy. However, these tests aren't perfect. They can miss infections, especially in areas where parasite strains have changed.
However, both approaches have critical limitations. They often fail to detect infections when parasite levels are extremely low. Even with just a few parasites present, people can unknowingly spread malaria.
This creates invisible transmission networks that help sustain malaria within communities. People feel fine, test negative, but still transmit the disease. It's like fighting an enemy that's already 2 steps ahead. Enter the scientists from Kangwon National University who ask a simple question. What if we could amplify the parasite's genetic material so much that even tiny amounts become detectable? They developed something called a colorimetric LAMP assay. Think of it as a genetic photocopier that makes millions of copies of parasite DNA in just 30 minutes. But here's the brilliant part. They redesigned the entire detection system by targeting a different part of the parasite's genetic code, the A-type 18S rRNA gene. Now this gene is found in about 10,000 copies per parasite and is active in the asexual stage, the stage you'll actually find in the bloodstream. That means this test can spot malaria infections even when only a few parasites are present.
The results? Mind-blowing. Their new test can detect 0.21 parasites per microliter, and that's 1,000 times more sensitive than the previous LAMP methods. And you don't need expensive equipment to read the results.
If there's malaria, the solution turns yellow. If not, it stays pink. It's simple, no fancy machines, and no expert training.
What started as a technical improvement to an existing test has become something much more significant, a tool that could reshape how we fight one of humanity's oldest enemies.
To learn more about malaria and support global health initiatives, visit WHO or local malaria programs. Together, we can make a difference, and together, we can make malaria history.